Welcome back to another review corner. Today we're looking at the IRW Haakona. This came out in Wave 12, March of 2015. And of course, as you've seen by the cover image, this is a Diderodix or a Diderodix. I know Data said Diderodix at one point. That's as close to canon as we've got. Romulans, 30-point ship, 3264, evade, target lock, cloak, echo on the bar, 3 crew, 2 weapon, no tech. No tech's a bummer, but Named ability, when attacking with your primary weapon while cloaked, gain +1 attack die for every other Romulan ship in your fleet, max of +4. Pretty good named ability here. It may not be the absolute best Romulan ship, it depends on what else you want to run, but you can definitely make it work, and there's a lot of potential here with the Haakona. I enjoy it, plus the old joke of Haakona Maht-H'a for Haakona Maht-H'a. Anyways, maneuver dial, of course, a Diderodix. It's good. The underestimated to reverse is nice to have. No come about, but you're not really losing a lot. Generic loses a shield, loses a crew, so it's 2 crew, 2 weapon. It's fine. I don't find myself running generic Diderodixes. I very rarely find myself running named Diderodixes, but yeah. Alright, we get an Admiral, Mendak, action fleet action. Target a friendly ship at range 1 to 2, including your own. It's always nice. That has no battle station tokens beside it, and place a battle station token beside that ship. The target ship cannot perform a battle station action this round. This card may only be purchased for a Romulan ship. Legitimate caveat there. Mendak is a really good admiral, and also not a bad captain. Skill 6 as a captain, gives you talent slot. Mendak gives battle stations to Romulans, and more importantly, he can go on a Romulan ship and then hand out battle station tokens to other ships. This is key for Borg, but I think he's on a bit of a hiatus right now because of general orders and the popularity of that resource, but once that retires, I think he's going to see additional play. So, Mendak, great addition to the Romulan faction. As for captains, we've got 2. Terrace, skill 5, with a talent 4 points. When attacking with your primary weapon during the declared target step, you may discard one of your crew upgrades to target a ship that is not in your forward firing arc. So, for the price of airlocking one of your own crew, which doesn't cost you points, you get 360 fire. That's a really cool ability. Yeah, you have to have the crew to do it, but on a ship like the Haakona that has 3 crew slots, it's doable. This was a lot better back in the days of Fleet Captain, where you had the crew discount Fleet Captain and extra crew slots. But Terrace still has a place. 360 fire is always useful, especially on demand. So, yeah, I like Terrace. Centurion, 2 skill, 1 point. When attacking, you may reroll one of your battle stations results. A nice ability for 2 skill. Probably more filler than an actual captain you're going to build around, but for a tiny bit of quality, but at least passive quality, it's kind of a why not. And I like 1 point cards. Romulans have a ton of them, but at least this is there. Okay, upgrades. This is where this pack really shines, though it was already a fantastic pack. Talent. Make them see us. While cloaked during the activation phase, before revealing your dial, you may discard this card to target a ship that you already have target locked. Remove your target lock from that ship. If you do this, and your ship's base or maneuver template overlap the target ship's base during the execute maneuver step, inflict an amount of damage equal to the current speed of your maneuver dial to both ships, max of 4. The ship whose captain has the higher skill number rolls a number of defense dice against this damage equal to the difference in your skill numbers. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Romulan captain on a Romulan ship. That card has a wall of text, but it's a really cool ability. It's a super pricey ability and a super restricted ability, but if you can ever pull it off, it's fantastic. I think the best place for it is as a hidden talent on Shinzon, just because they won't actually see it coming, and that's the best way to make them see us. Because really, if you have it face up, they're going to plan around it. It's tough, but it's a good card. It's not a great card. It's not even that good of a card, but it's a playable card in a very limited circumstance, and maybe even mission playable, though I will say this card gets better the more ships are on the table, so in those big games, bring this. Yeah, I'm talking 200 plus, maybe even 250 plus, but bring it. You'll be happy about it. Crew, Romulan helmsman. I'd be fine to stop right there, and most people would be good, but I'm going to keep going. During the activation phase, if you reveal a red maneuver, you may disable this card to treat that maneuver as if it were a white maneuver. No ship may be equipped with more than one Romulan helmsman. I really like this card. It does really good work on Romulan ships, especially scimitars. Also works great on Dederdexes. White to reverse, it's good. But more so on scimitars for that white 4 come about. Yeah, good on Valdor too. But also a good card cross-faction for 3 points to say, hey, that thing that you want to do, now it's white. It works. Just works. Romulan Security Officer. Also 2 points. For each Romulan Security Officer equipped to your ship, including this one, your captain's skill is +1, max of +3. When defending, you may disable this card to re-roll one of your blank results. Cool effect. I should note that the pack comes with 3 Romulan Security Officers, so you can already go up to the max straight out of the pack. You don't have to buy multiples to get it. It's nice to get a little extra captain skill boost. You're paying a fair bit to do it. There's better ways it can be done. I'm not a huge fan of the whole Romulan Security Officer thing, but it's okay. It's there. Last crew is Romulan SubLieutenant. Action, discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 2. If the target ship has a hull value of 6 or greater, that ship must disable 2 of its active shields if possible. Otherwise, the target ship must disable 1 of its active shields if possible. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Romulan ship. Problem is, it's risky. And for 4 points, to knock out 1 or 2 durability and not know what's going on, I can't support running this card. It's really cool to make somebody disable their shields. This card's decent, but I don't see anyone run it ever, and it's super expensive, and that's the problem. Alright, weapons. There's plasma torpedoes, but you don't run plasma torpedoes unless you're running Galgathon, for the most part. But there's 2 other weapons, and these are both good weapons. The first is disruptor beams, which you've heard me talk a lot about in Build Academy. You've seen them on OP recap videos. They cost 5 points, they give you 5 attack dice, they work at range 1 to 3. It's an attack. Disable this card to perform the attack. For every damage the defending ship suffers from this attack, roll 1 attack die. If you roll at least 1 hit or crit, add +1 damage. So they're very similar to quantum torpedoes. They will almost always do 1 extra damage. The trick here is that they don't require a target lock. And for that reason, they are one of the best secondary weapons. They don't check to see if you have one, and more so, they don't spend the target lock. This is how a lot of secondary weapons should work. I think I'd be happier to see secondary weapons check to see if you had something, battle station, target lock, scan even, but not spend it. But yeah, disruptor beams, fantastic. Love them. Keep running them. If you're not running them, find a way to run them. The other weapon is Disruptor Pulse. Also costs 5. Only gives you 3 attack dice. Only works at range 1 to 2. And you're going, well, David, why would I want to do this? Disruptor Beams just sounds better. Same cost, more dice, bigger range. Hold on. Disruptor Pulse is an attack. Disable this card. During the declare target step, target every enemy ship that's in your forward firing arc and within range, and perform a separate attack against each of the target ships with this attack. The downside, this upgrade cost +5 for any non-Romulan ship. Yeah, because if you were thinking about putting it on something like, the Reliant and getting 4 attack dice at range 1, well, you can do that, but it's going to cost you 11 points. And at that point, I'd rather have the energy dissipator. So, yeah, forward 90 is what you're limited to unless somehow they give us a Romulan ship with a 180. Please, someday. I don't see it ever happening. But yeah, Disruptor Pulse is still really good because it can target a bunch of ships. And if you think your opponent's going to run a lot of ships, I'm talking 4+, then this is a card you want. This was a counter to fighters. It still is a counter to fighters. You just have to be in a good place. So, overall, you guys know what I think of this pack if you watched my top 10 retail expansions. It's on the list, and it very easily could be in the top 3. I have it a little lower than that, but it's a fantastic expansion as a whole. There's no garbage cards here. Romulan SubLieutenant borders on it. Make them see us is highly situational. But after that, you've got 2 weapons here that are legitimately playable. Plasma torpedoes filler. You've got 2 crew that are legitimately playable, one more so than the other, helmsman over security officer. You've got a captain that's good, tier 2, not great. And you've got Centurion, which is 1 point, so you don't scoff at it. You've got a good admiral, and you've got a pretty decent named ship. If that's not enough to sell this pack, I don't know what is, and I can't do any more than that. So, even for someone like me, who doesn't play a ton of Romulans, and I can't remember the last time I actually ran Romulan helmsmen on one of my builds, I still find this pack useful. I still find myself trying to find ways to pull cards from this expansion and make it work. And Disruptor Beams is seeing more play than anything from this expansion. And for that reason, this is absolutely essential, and you need it. You need this expansion. I say that about very few expansions, but this is one you got to have. You gots to have it. On that note, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care.